Hello, seasoning angels. I'm back. Today I'm making a wonderful dish called peanut butter and Kreng Kreng. It's a wonderful green vegetable called Kreng Kreng that's in my garden, and I picked it myself from the garden. Hello, today I'm in my garden and I'm going to be making a dish with this vegetable that's in my garden called Kreng Kreng. Kreng Kreng. So let me cut some and let me show you. I'm going to cut some. See, this is the Kreng Kreng. It's going to be, I'm doing a lot of this Kreng Kreng in the dish that I'm making today. And this is my own garden out here. My whole backyard has a big garden. We got okra, lots and lots of okra and lots of other vegetables out here. This is a very big garden. So I'm out here working okra, lots of things. My mother-in-law this is her pride and joy, and we work out here, and she's out here cutting okra, and we got basil and lots of things. So let me go in the house with my bunch of Kreng Kreng and show you my dish today. And then here's a lot of fresh basil here in my garden, so let me cut some for the dish today. Here's some basil. I'll cut a little bit more and then we'll start cooking. So let me show you the ingredients before we start cooking. So in this we need peanuts. These are fresh peanuts that I'll be roasting, toasting, making my own peanut butter. And then this is smoked beef. This is smoked beef that we smoked ourselves, and it's wonderful. You could also use other things like smoked fish, fresh beef, any fresh meats and or fresh fish, but today I love smoked beef. And then this is an onion, fresh ginger and fresh garlic, beef Maggi, salt, fresh tomato. These are habanero peppers. There's two, and these are actually also from my garden. So we got habanero peppers in my garden. And then this is fresh basil. So we have basil that's gonna be in it from my garden. And this is the fresh Kreng Kreng that you guys saw me already pick from our garden. So let's get cooking. So the first thing we need to do for this dish is we're going to be toasting the raw peanuts. This is exactly 2 cups of peanuts. So let's put it in our pan that is already getting warm. And we're going to stir them occasionally and let them toast. So now I'm going to take my smoked beef, put it in a pot with water, and then I'm also going to add a little bit of salt, and I will boil, salt to taste, and I'm going to boil the meat. So now that the peanuts are toasted and cooled, I'm taking the peanuts and taking off the brown shell, so then you only see the white part. And I'll be doing that so all of these are pretty much peeled off. So now the toasted peanuts have already cooled completely, and I've already taken off all the shells of them. So now the next step for me to do is put them in my blender to grind it into a paste. So in my Vitamix blender, I have added the shelled roasted peanuts in there. So now inside I'm going to add some water and my garlic and ginger. So here's the garlic and ginger, and I'll put them in. And then I will add some water. So I've added water to about the middle of the Vitamix cup. So now I will put the lid on and blend it together. So we have sliced onion and then sliced tomato. So in my big pot, now I will add some oil and I will start cooking the tomatoes and the onions. So I want to cook it until it has softened and cooked down a little bit. So now to the tomato and onions that have already been frying here in the pan, I'm going to start adding my Kreng Kreng. I want to start frying the Kreng Kreng now because I don't want it to be too slimy. So here's the chopped. I have chopped all this Kreng Kreng very small. So now I will put it into the pan. I'll stir it all together nicely. You see how it's come together very well now. And it is a tiny bit slimy, but it's not very, very slimy. So we're just gonna continue to cook this a little bit before we continue to add the other ingredients. So I will now start adding the beef and the beef broth that has been cooked. Has been boiled and it's now finished boiling. So I'm going to add the broth and the beef to the green vegetable mixture. Okay, so to the vegetable Kreng Kreng and meat mixture with the tomatoes and onions, I'm going to add my 2 habaneros. I will not be blending them because I don't like super spicy. So I'm just going to be putting them in the pot. But if you like a lot of spice, you can definitely grind it. But my husband and mother-in-law, who probably like more spice, they will bust these peppers probably on their plate. I'm now going to also add the peanut mixture, the blended peanuts with water and ginger and garlic to this vegetable mixture. I'll add more water because this is a little too heavy and thick still. Okay, so now I will add some beef Maggi to the mixture. I'll just let it boil first with the Maggi in before I taste it to see if it needs salt. I have tasted it and I need a little bit more salt, so I will add this salt to the pan. I will now also add the basil that I have. So I will use the basil that I had chopped up. Chopped up my fresh basil from the garden and I will put it in. So you can see the soup is coming along and it's not very slimy. I mean, like, I don't really see much slime. It's just maybe a tiny bit. So the reason why you fry the Kreng Kreng with the onions and tomato is because you want it to fry some, so then when you put the soup together with the meat in the liquid, it does not become slimy. You do not want this to be super slimy. If I was to put the fresh Kreng Kreng straight into the liquids with the beef, it would be even slimier than okra. So we do not want this, we don't want that extra slimy in this dish. So it's essential that you fry the Kreng Kreng a little bit with the onion and tomato first. The soup is now finished, so let me show you how we plate it and we eat it. So this is the kum kum, which is cassava fufu, and then this is the soup. The Kreng Kreng with beef and peanuts, like peanut butter. So now I'm going to go serve it to my husband who's working at his desk, and then he will enjoy. Here, handsome, here's your food for your lunch.
Yep.
It's kum kum, which is cassava fufu, and Kreng Kreng and peanut butter.
Just so good. Thank you.
You're welcome. I hope you enjoy.
Yep. Keep working from home.
Yes. What benefits of working from home? Get your wife to cook you wonderful African food on your break.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Hello.
Thank you for cooking wonderful food for me, my daughter. Thank you. Thank
You're
you very
welcome.
much.
You're welcome. Well, thank you for teaching me how to make it.
You're welcome.
So you approve.
Amen.
It's good, right?
Good, very good, very good.
Oh,
Thank
good.
you.
You're welcome.
You're
Thank you.
an African woman. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. So now it's my turn to eat the food and enjoy the soup and the kum kum. We enjoy the wonderful food. Tastes really good. I did a good job.